yesterday and spend the night underneath the sunrise. Show me where your love lies.
Why, hello, I didn't see you there. So, it's nice to be on an uploading schedule. It's been a good week. So, Friday, I'm going to be moving out, which probably already passed. It's gonna be passed by the time I upload this video. So by the time this video is uploaded, I'll be home for like 2 days. This video, I just want to talk about makeup swatches being a scam. Now, this is something that's probably been called out a bunch, I don't know. But in my experience, I just get tired of seeing beauty reviewers and everyone be like, oh my god, like look how pigmented this swatch is, look how beautiful this swatch is. But realistically, swatches are not how makeup is applied. You don't sit there and apply makeup with your finger because it just wouldn't look good. So, for example, I have some makeup here, and I already told you guys I love this shits, but one of these colors I'll go in and do a swatch on my arm, right? So I'll do a swatch. You'd be like, wow, like look how good that looks. That's like really pigmented. Oh my god, that's so cool. But get the rest of this off my finger. Swatching is not how makeup's actually applied. So let's get an eyeshadow brush, right? Smudge brush, decent. So I'll also put down some primer. Make this. Excuse me, I'll just dig around, you know. Great YouTube skills, just casually standing up and digging. You know, gotta keep it real. So I'm just gonna dig out this, some primer, last struggle bits of primer. And, ooh. You know, professional YouTube moments right there. Quality. So let me gather this back up. Blah, blah. We're gonna smudge this all over here, right? Because it's just for examples. And we're gonna take this brush, moderately clean brush. I'll clean it a little bit better for you guys in case you're the bougie type. Clean brush. Gonna take that same color, that same one, Jackbox, right? And now I'm gonna do it in multiple different ways. Some people like to do their makeup like this, like brushes like that, right? So that's one type, like just smearing it. Another way, we're gonna pack it on there. And then, like this brush wants us to, we're just gonna smudge it. So, for like a fainter coverage, right? Okay, now, look at this. This is the swatch, right? That's me just applying it like a novice. That's me packing it on. And that's me smudging it. You see the stark differences in how that applied to my arm, right? This is why I don't like swatches. They're like not representative of what the makeup actually does. So this is the swatch once again. Oh my god, look how pigmented. Like, oh, that's great. But when you apply with a brush, you can get like any varying type of coverage. This is patchy. This is patchy. This is patchy and faded. This is all the same color. This is all the same pigment, all the same stuff. And do you see how different it looks depending on how I covered it? This is why I don't like swatches. So, let me go ahead. Clean this up. So now that we've like talked about that and like shown how like swatches are just like not representative at all, there's also like the stuff that goes on with beauty influencers and the hypocrisy in their statements. Like they'll always be like, oh, like I'm nothing without my fans. My fans are like the most important thing to me ever. I'm like so humble and down to earth. I love interacting with fans. So then they set up this super high bar and these super high standards, and then when their fans try to interact with them, it's a problem. Like, another thing, off my tangents again, quality YouTuber. We look at the situation with Jeffree Star. Think about how problematic he is in a lot of the racist things he's done and said. And then there's been like proof from his old makeup artist, hairstylist, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. And he leaked exchanges that were basically proof that Jeffree was still being like racist and annoying. The main thing that annoys me is there's always like a white influencer or someone who's not black who thinks they have the final say whether a person should be forgiven or not. Like, Shane's great, Shane's fine, whatever. But like his whole pity story like trilogy wasn't even a trilogy, it was like an 5-part series with Jeffree Star. It's basically like Jeffree's a victim too. I'm tired of it. Why are we forgiving him and like he's still doing racist stuff? He's done racist stuff in the past. He put on a front like he learned and blah 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 blah, but really he was just tokenizing black women in his makeup campaigns because he's still doing what he was doing before. He hasn't changed. He's just like collecting his bag and pretending not to be problematic. Somebody so ignorant and closed-minded with so much lean and control over the beauty industry is problematic AF. And I know he's probably like, I'm insignificant, he probably won't even see this video, won't even care, know who I am, but there's been no change. Like, he just goes on Snapchat basically and rants how like people are jealous of him, or like he has so much dirt on everybody and blah 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 blah. He's a user and a manipulator and people keep falling for it, so that's on them. I'm not like with it. There's so much problems and dishonesty in the beauty community. Like, there are people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars for reviewing a product. They're like, this is 100% my pure, true feelings about this product. There was like one beauty guru who got exposed, but I think like Here for the Tea, great channel sis, who basically talked about this woman who basically like loves Kylie's products, and she like reviewed them and make it seem like there was absolutely no problem with the product. But then afterwards she'd do like a light little criticism. So this wasn't even on PR, so it's like, why are you trying so hard? I feel like honesty and transparency is so important when you are a public figure, and the amount of dishonesty and distrust that people create between like audiences. Like, look at Trisha Paytas. She was like doing sketch reviews for like Chinese brands that were scamming people, and she was like, you know, I wouldn't put this on my channel if I didn't trust it 100%. It's like reputable, guys, but there she was. Another good example would be Zoella. In her advent calendar, as well as her books that she didn't write herself. It's just when you put yourself on this large platform, you reach a certain level of success and you have like young audiences and young people who trust you and believe in your every word, you're at a really good place to manipulate and use people, and that's what she's done. Look at all the YouTubers on top, honestly, like PewDiePie and his racial slur incident, and like it took me a while to unsubscribe because honestly I thought he was funny and I thought he was fine, and I was like, he didn't mean it. But then I had to sit and assess it myself, like, if I forgive this person, then they think it's okay to do it again. Like, they know that, oh, I can't do this on my channel, or I can't do this in public. When I'm with my friends, it's fine, because that's what it always turns into. People don't just stop saying it. Like, who else? It's just been like a lot of problematic stuff. And I've like just been observing it, sipping my tea, minding my business, and thinking about it, because like it hurts that so many like white YouTubers are on this platform and they like dominate the platform, and then they're spreading such toxicity in this platform. Same thing with James Charles and like his old tweets. Sure, he's grown as a person, he's matured as a person. His apology seems really genuine, so I don't have a problem being surprised because he's like always speaking out for like colorism and blah blah blah. But just as much as I trust him, if there was to be an incident where it turned out that, oh, he's like Jeffree Star is actually doing stuff behind the scenes, isn't it? Because it's just disheartening to have like someone on top who you think cares about you and think cares about people who look like you, and then behind the scenes they're just some sketchy, like, two-faced person. It's like the Dolan twins, no matter how good their intentions are, no matter how much they claim to love their fans, if you can't publicly denounce certain behaviors, it means you support them. It goes back to like that Trump thing, where it's like there's good people on both sides, is what it feels like for the Dolan twins. So it's like, oh, so like racist, bigots, and classist, ignorant, like white girls who say black girls are monkeys are good people, then you don't want me in your fandom, period. So going back onto that, like the situation with Emma Chamberlain, I don't know what she considers herself, a vlogger or whatever. She likes to be relatable. As soon as she got like big, I was never a fan of her. As soon as she got big, she basically snaked out everybody, and of of her, especially her fans. Like, her content has changed. I've seen people discuss, and she like did this deal to make clothes or whatever that I think people were talking about, and the prices just like skyrocketed. It's just like the amount of like sellouts on YouTube is ridiculous. Like, people are like, oh, like, I'm so humble, I care about my fans, blah 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 blah, and then they get to a certain level and they're just like, peace out. It was nice while it lasted. Another thing I want to discuss is the toxicity of like Instagram beauty influencers, or just influencers in general, but mostly beauty influencers. Like, the clickbait, that's always been a thing, and it's like so troubling for me because it's just like, what do you get out of this? Like, what type of persona is it that you're putting forward? Because I feel like being one person on YouTube and being one other person in real life is just, it's sketch. Like, you see how it's like widely accepted, like, oh, this is like my YouTube persona, this is what I do for YouTube. It's like, does that not seem odd to you that you're acting a certain way for the camera? So then when your fans interact with you, or you interact with your fans, they don't know who they're with, because you're not the same person that you are on camera. If you're not going to bring that same energy from camera to person, that's problematic. And say you do, and that's still not your real persona, that's problematic AF. Well, that's it for this time, guys. Sorry if I was like all over the place on tangents and blah blah blah. I have like a lot of feelings, especially like with the swatching situation and like how dishonest that can be with like beauty products. And so many companies still swear by it, like especially big brands. They're like, oh my god, swatch this product. But that's it for this time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.